Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to be adding a melee enemy here. So this little ogre dude is going to come up, and when they get within range, they're going to swat us. So go ahead and there we go. Let's dive right in. Okay, jumping right in, we have some art that was submitted by VLTNT23, a viewer of the channel. He made an orc with, or not an orc, an ogre with some attack sprites with it. And we're going to be using that to make an enemy that when they get within a certain distance of the player are going to attack. And they'll attack based on their last movement, just like the player does. So there's a lot of kind of copying and pasting of stuff that we've done before that we're going to be using. So, for example, we already have enemies that can move in different directions and choose the right animation based on their direction. And the ogre is going to be able to do that. And we already have the player able to attack based on their last move, and the ogre is going to be able to do that as well. So, diving right in, I guess the first thing we need to do is take a look at these two Ogre Sprite sheets. And I'm going to set my pixels per unit to 16, just like there with everything else. I'm going to make sure they're set to be sprites. My filter mode is going to be point no filter, and my compression is going to be none, and then I'll apply that. And then I need to set both of these to be multiple sprite sheets, and then we're going to need to open them up and slice them up. So right now I'm doing the attack sprites. I'm going to go into the sprite editor, and there's 4 columns, 4 rows. So I'm going to slice, let's do grid by cell count, 4 columns, 4 rows, and slice. And there we go. Something not too bad. Cool. And I'll apply that. And we're going to do the same thing for the regular one. So it's multiple, sprite editor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, slice, grid by cell count, 4 by 4, slice. That's not bad. We'll apply, exit out. All right, cool. Now I'm going to grab just one of these ogre sprites here. And in my scene view, I'm going to do this in this room over here. So I'm going to grab ogre 0, pull them into the room, and I'm going to rename it to be ogre. Let's see here. I'm going to put the sorting layer on the same as the player, and let's go through the components that we need here. So it's going to be moving around, so we're going to need a rigid body 2D. I'm going to set the gravity to 0. Body type to dynamic, simulated. We don't need to worry about the mass, collision detection, continuous. Never sleep, and we'll freeze the rotation. Let's also add a box collider 2D for the physics. So we're going to edit this one down to be the size of this little Deuter or Deuterino's shadow. And there we go, there's that one. And then we're going to add another one that's a trigger. Box collider 2D is trigger, and this one's going to be a little bit bigger, about the size of the player, or of the enemy on screen. There we go. Alright, so we got our colliders. Now let's add our animator. And here's where I'm going to fast forward, because you don't need to hear me talk about animators again. I mean, maybe you do. I don't think you do. So I'm going to grab my animation here, talk it down there. Let's create in my animation folder. I'm going to create a new folder for ogre, and let's just name these animations here. So I've got walk down. Wait, how did I name the other ones? For the log, what did I call them? Go to sleep, wake up, log walk down. Okay, so we're gonna do ogre walk down, and walk down I think is 0, 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to grab these. One thing that had been pointed out in between these last two videos, I was moving these individually. You can grab all four of them, pull them in. There are these little blue tabs here. And if you lose them, you can just click and drag anywhere in here that it doesn't already have a key. And you can use this to make them go longer. And then I'm just going to grab that last one and copy it, and then go out to 0.5 and then paste. And then there we go. We got our little walking down animation. This is little eye flips, which I actually think looks kind of cool. All right, cool. So time for fast forward. Okay, so we've got our 8 animations set up here. Now I'm going to go into my Animator. I'm going to grab my Ogre, so that's what I'm looking at. I'm going to grab all of these, delete them from here, and we're going to have just two things for the Ogre. They're either going to be, well, we got idle. Let's just have the Ogre's either walking or they're attacking, so that we don't have to worry about idle. So we're going to make a new blend tree. I'm going to call this walking. They're going to be walking in place like those old Final Fantasy avatars. And I'll create another from blend tree. We'll call this attacking. And then we'll swap between them here. So we'll make a transition both directions. For that, we're going to add a new parameter bool, and we'll just call this attack. So no exit time, settings, no duration. Duration is 0. And then this little line here, this needs to go all the way up. I don't want any of that. I want this to be when attack is true. Yep. And then this one is going to be no exit time, no fixed duration, 0 transition time. And this is when attack is false. Alright, cool. So now, double click on the walking so that we can go into the blend tree here. And then we're going to create our 2D simple directional. We're going to create 2 parameters here. Both of them are floats. So, man, I forget what standards I've already created for this. So I'm just going to call them lowercase move x and lowercase move y. I'm like 1,000,000% sure I did uppercase M move x and uppercase M move y, but I mean, I don't know. I'm an insane dude. So my parameters are going to be move x and move y. And let's create a new motion field, which is going to be created from our animations. And we want the Ogre animations. And which one are we in right now? We're in walking. Okay. So let's do walk down when y is -1. Let's add a motion field. Alright, so I'm going to fast forward through this. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to do the same thing for my attack. So I'm going to go back to my base layer, open attacking, blend tree, 2D simple directional. Parameters are move x and move y. I'm not doing idle, so I don't need to worry about last move. Motion field. So yeah, fast forward here. Alright, so now that's done. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to have the Ogre inherit from the log. So this is going to get a new script, enemy, create, C# script, and I'm not going to call this Ogre, I'm going to call it melee and me. Good lord, if I could spell. Alright, there we go. I'm going to open this up in Visual Studio. Oh, good lord. I almost had a heart attack because I thought I wasn't recording this whole thing. I was going to freak out. Okay, so this is going to inherit from log. And I need to... Do I have two versions of Unity? What is wrong with me? I'm going to open up my log script just to make sure I know what I'm doing. I'm actually going to save all this, pause my video for a second, because I'm freaking out that I'm going to lose this, so I'll be right back. Okay, I opened up two scripts. I opened up the log script and the enemy script here, just so that we can see everything. So we already built an enemy state for attack. Now, in my log here, I did do lowercase m move x, so that's good. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the check distance method. So I'm just going to grab all of this. I'm going to copy that. Go into melee enemy. Not sure I need update or start. I don't know. Paste that down there. And this is going to be a virtual void. It's going to be an override void. Oh, good lord. Override. Cool. And now, all right, so enemy state is idle. So we don't want to, do this anim set bool wake up. We do want it moving towards the player though. Now, if our distance, we're not going to do this setting wake up to false because we don't want it to look like it's going back to sleep. It's just going to be walking in place. So if our and is greater than our attack radius. So if we're within the attack radius, so we're going to say, let's just, I don't feel like typing today, so I'm just going to copy this. And then I'm going to say, else if vector 3, so if we're within the attack radius is what I'm looking for here. Gosh, man, Visual Studio is acting so weird for me right now. God, why are you over here? You should be, that's not where you belong. Good lord. I hate it when my margins don't line up. Okay. Oh, I guess it was like that up here. I don't know why. I don't need to fix this now. Okay. So if our distance between is, we're going to say, if vector 3 distance, target position, transform position, so the distance between these two, if it's less than the chase radius, and it is less than or equal to the attack radius, then we're going to set that attack bool to true. Okay, hey, hi. Which we're going to do in a coroutine. So that way we can have a little bit of control over how long it lasts. So I'm going to create a new coroutine, public I enumerator. I'm going to call this attack co, which I shouldn't call it that. Attack co, there we go. And then all right, so what's going to happen in the attack co is we're going to set the state to be attack. So current state equals enemy state dot attack. Then we're going to set the anim dot set bool attack to be true, which will cause the animation to play. And then we're going to yield return new. I have a cat who needs love right now. She feels like she's being unloved. New wait 4 seconds, and we're going to wait half a second, 0.5f, and then we're going to change the state back to current state, enemy state dot walk, and anim.set bool. We're going to set attack to false. All right. So we're going to start this coroutine in our check distance method. So this is going to be start coroutine, and the coroutine we want to start is attack co. All right, cool. Now this won't do any damage to our player because I haven't put any hitboxes on its enemy attacks. But let's go back to Unity here, and let's go to our ogre. Let's give them the melee enemy script here, maybe, when Unity's done thinking. Yes, I know, you're a good girl. All right, there we go. So, let's give it the 2-hit health again that I've been using for everything. So it gets the 2-hit health. I'm just going to call it Ogre. There we go. I'm going to set its base attack to 4 and its move speed to 1. Its home position is, we'll say 41, negative 17. 41, negative 17. Death effect, I'm going to give it the same death effect that we gave everything else so far. The loot table, let's see here, where is it? Okay, so we've got, nope, that's chests. Scriptable objects, loot tables, there we go. I'm going to give it the mostly heart loot table. The room signal. Oh yeah, what room am I in? So signals, open that up. Rooms, overworld, this is going to be called, I might as well call this room 2. So I'm going to create a new signal, room 2, and the ogre's going to get that one. Come on now. Okay. And the rigid body, I'll set that by default to be itself. The target is the player. Chase radius is going to be 5, and attack radius is going to be 2. And then the animator is its animator. Alright, so let's see how much breaks when I hit play. Okay, so it had to add the ogre to the sprite atlas there, which is why it was giving me a little bit of a delay. Okay, so at least he's walking. That's good. But for some reason it didn't see... Oh, that's why. So I need to... I'm going to set the room 2 virtual cam off by default. So there we go. I'm going to hit play. Because otherwise the Cinemachine brain doesn't know which one to say is active. So we're going to go in here. Alright, so he's slowly walking towards me. Got a bit of a stutter there. So let's take a look at your animator, big guy. So where are you at right now? You're trying to walk and attack, it looks like. Do I have him I do have him selected. Okay, cool. So he's trying to walk left, and then that attack is turning on and off. So he's attacking for like a portion of a second. Let's take a look here. So... Alright, we're checking the distance, we're starting the coroutine. The coroutine starts, we change the state to attack, we set attack to be true, and then it should wait for 0.5 seconds. Oh no, it's because... Okay. It's because this is setting it to walk. Alright, so... Well, is it? It shouldn't be. Alright, so let's take a look at that again, just to see what's going on. So, okay. Going over here. We got that big guy down there. They're coming for me. So if I walk away, he does his attack just fine. It's if I stay in the attack radius that's the issue. Okay, hold on a second. Alright, so I think this is it. We'll find out together in real time. So, in here, I had an extra check. So, like, I checked to make sure that the distance was within the chase radius and outside of the attack radius. And then I also made sure that the state was what I wanted it to be. So, if current state was idle, walk, and not stagger, then, you know, I allowed it to walk. So, I'm going to grab this check here. I haven't actually tested this yet, so we're going to find out if this works together. I'm going to... So I only want to start the attack state if we were previously in... If the state was idle or walk, and this duder is never in idle, so I can just get rid of that. If the state was walk or stagger. Okay, cool. Because we reset the state to walk when we exit the coroutine. So I'm going to back into Unity and let's try this now. And then we can add those hitboxes, because those take a little bit of time. That's some more fast forwarding you guys can look forward to. Alright, cool. So let's test this out. Alright, so going over here. Chunky boy's coming. There we go. That's what we want. Alright, cool. So his attack radius should be smaller, but now it's time to build in the hitboxes as part of its attack. So I'm going to go over here, and the way I did it last time is I went to the animation. I chose one of the attack animations. Let's say down. And then, on the ogre itself, I created an empty child object. We'll call this hit down. What did I call it on the player? I just called it down hitbox, so we'll call it down hitbox here too. Down hit box. And this component got a polygon collider. And the polygon collider got edited to roughly fit. Let's change this so that we don't have quite so many points. Let's just go with like 4 of them. Polygon collider got edited to roughly fit the arc of the player swipe. And I'm going to do the same thing to this little duder. Mirror. Alright, now I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to call this up hitbox. Alright, I'm going to fast forward through this part. Okay, so I also highlighted all of my hitboxes here, and I added a thrust, a knock time, and a damage, and I'm going to do the same thing to the ogre himself. So he's going to get a knockback script as well. Thrust from him isn't going to be very hard. Knock time is going to be relatively short, but I made the attack from his weapon be relatively high. So I'm going to turn down his attack radius to 1, and let's see what happens. All right. Oh, good lord. Nope, can't do that yet. So I just made these. I want these all to be off by default. I didn't actually build it into the animations yet. So for attack up, I'm going to turn on record. We're going to take the up hitbox, we're going to turn it on, and then we're going to turn it off at the end. Cool. So fast forward again. Alright, cool. Now I'm also going to give a bigger delay in the wait for seconds. I'm going to give him a 1 second delay, so he's not attacking immediately after he just attacked. I'm going to save that, pop back into Unity, let's hit play, and let's see how this goes. Okay, so here he comes. It's weird. He's knocking me back before, so I think I have my hit too high. I'm gonna change my attack radius to be like 1.2. That should be enough, because I think that was his hitbox. Or maybe I can just turn his hitbox off or turn his knockback off. That would tell me for sure. I don't know why I'm suggesting all these things I'm not doing. Alright, so come on, big guy. Alright, so let's pause that for a second. Alright, so his left hitbox is right there. My player's, yeah, his left hitbox, oh, no, it's super not hitting my player, is it? Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to Ogre, your box collider that's a trigger is going to get, well, actually, both your box colliders are going to get smaller. So we're going to make this one mirror. This is because I don't want his personal collider. Like, he still should give damage. Right, okay, so this one. Yeah, okay. He should still give damage if the player touches him or her, them, it. But I want the weapon to be the main focus, so I'm just going to make both of their colliders a little bit smaller. Oh, and I need to make his attack radius smaller too. Alright, so his attack radius is going to be, let's say, like 0.9. And I'm even going to turn off their knockback. I'm just going to remove it. Yeah, that'll be fine. So let's hit play. Let's give this a try. Alright, so there you are, big guy. Come on. Yeah, it's his. I just want to make sure that that's what it was, because I'm pretty sure that that's what it was this time, but I want to make 100% sure, because he doesn't even have the knockback script on him, and it was doing 2 damage. It was doing a full heart every time, but I just want to make sure. So, all right, I'm going to pause. I want to be looking. If you didn't know, this little button allows you to go frame by frame. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go frame by frame. It's a little annoying, but okay, so there he is. Haha, yep, it is his attack. Good, okay, cool. So there we go. We've made a melee enemy. It's a little rough right now, but some polish could really make it better. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the description down below. You can follow me on Twitter. You can join my Discord. There are people there who are way more intelligent than I am and who have added some really cool things. So I definitely suggest joining the Discord if nothing else. I hope everybody out there has themselves a wonderful day. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving a like, subscribing to the channel, or telling a friend who might be interested. Also, please consider following me on Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can earn access to tangible rewards, like early access to videos, backer-only videos and series, polls for future topics, streams, and even individual tutoring sessions. You can find a link to that in the description. And as always, have yourselves a wonderful day.